You are listening to And Press Play, written and recorded by James West.
Hello, and welcome back to And Press Play. This week, I am reviewing You're the One by Kate Bush, taken from her 1993 album The Red Shoes. Now, The Red Shoes is an album that sits at the lower end in a ranking of Bush's albums. I personally think it's great, there's some wonderful songs on it, but generally this album is seen to be not as adventurous and maybe a bit too commercialised compared to some of her other work. You're the One is the final track on the album, and it is all about the breakup of a relationship, with the narrator telling her partner that it's not working despite them being the person she wants to be with. It also features a guest performance by the late Jeff Beck, who unleashes a wondrous guitar solo 2/3 of the way through this song. The song starts right off the bat with Bush's singing. There's no intro of any sort. There's even no music for the first second or two, making the listener focus on the vocals, which are both pained and defiant. The music then comes in, but it's sparse. There's some light percussion in the background and a sprinkling of guitar and keyboards, which gradually builds across the verse. However, they are very much a background role. The focus is on the vocals and the lyrics. The supporting role of the music helps create this stark, miserable atmosphere, with flashes of emotion coming through at times. Both the guitar and keyboard notes are all harsh sounding, and that helps underline the determination of the narrator to leave the relationship despite the voice becoming more pained as the verse goes on. Lyrically, the song is quite blunt. There's no verboseness to it. It's got an almost matter-of-factness about it, despite how painful the words are. It's alright, I'll come round when you're not in, and I'll pick up all my things. There's a bit of a harshness of all my things, which helps show that despite the narrator taking lead on ending the relationship, they can't help being a bit bitter that it ended. The vocals become much more pained in the latter half of the verse, with the devastating lines of, "Everything I have, I bought with you, but it's alright too, it's just everything I do, we did together, and there's a little piece of you in whatever." There's an attempt to sound normal on "but it's alright," but quickly the vocals falter as if the strength of trying to sound alright is just too much. Moving on to the pre-chorus, the lyrics show that despite the best laid plans of the narrator, it's not as simple to walk away as they think. Bush does a great job of projecting the desperation in her voice, as well as an almost uneasy strength. Each statement is sung quickly, as if the narrator is trying to get all of these things done really quickly before they change their mind. I got petrol in the car, I got money with me. The vocals start to falter on the last line. There's just one problem, where the desperation is replaced by realization and fear. They still want to be with this person, no matter how much they claim otherwise. The music does a great job here of emphasising all the jobs that need doing before the narrator leaves. Each burst of keyboard is like another item ticked off the list. As we move into the chorus, we get a lovely juxtaposition of drums and keyboard, with a harshness to the drums and a softer keyboard, providing an almost tranquil mood. The music stays in the background across the chorus, allowing Bush's vocals to shine. Her singing reflects the desperation of the narrator, with each repetition of "You're the only one I want" sounding more heartbreaking. The background vocals provide a nice contrast, as if they are coming from the heart and they're reinforcing what her brain is saying out loud. The second verse continues this pattern of initial bravado as Bush sings, "It's alright, I know where I'm going to stay with my friend," with a harshness to the going, reinforcing her decision to leave. As the verse continues, the keyboard and piano become more pronounced, for the first time battling with Bush's vocals for control. This shows how much angst and turmoil the narrator is in over that decision. It's not so clear-cut anymore. Lyrically, the verse continues with, "The only problem is, he's not you. He can't do what you do. He can't make me laugh and cry at the same time." The vocals become more emotive during this description, especially with the "can't make me laugh," showing that even the memory of them is painful. We then get another pre-chorus, but the message is very different to the previous one. Let's change things, let's danger it up, we're crazy enough, I just can't take it. The speed of these statements shows just how much they want their partner back. The vocals are sung with a strong desperation, as if they can't hack leaving this relationship anymore. However, the last line once again is sung with a quiet sadness, as if they are sad that they don't have the strength to leave. The following chorus is roughly the same as the previous one, with one key difference: Jeff Beck's guitar. The guitar comes in briefly at the beginning and towards the end of the chorus, adding some more energy to it. It also helps provide a sharp contrast against the piano, and feels almost like the narrator is having flashes of anger towards their partner. Moving on to the bridge, Bush's vocals become higher pitched as she sings, "I don't want to leave," and further emphasises this with, "I just have one problem. We're best friends, yeah. We tied ourselves in knots," before ending the bridge with an emotionally charged, "just forget it already," showing they left in the end and are angry with themselves for not doing it sooner and finding reasons why they shouldn't leave. The bridge is full of backing vocals, soft keyboards and guitar refrains, creating an image where each one is a different viewpoint of the narrator's emotional state. Following the bridge, we get a great guitar solo by Jeff Beck, adding some more anger and bites to the song, along with Bush's vocals and her screams of "sugar" and "honey." I appreciate the seriousness of this ending, with "sugar" and "honey" being terms of endearment being angrily sung, but it always makes me think of, well, you need an ice and a tea at the end of it, which I find kind of amusing, and let's face it, probably a term the narrator would be thinking of if she's just left a relationship. Musically, this song ends with Beck's guitar solo over a bed of keyboards and percussion, showing that despite the narrator leaving their partner, they have mixed emotions about it, and the music does a great job of showcasing this. To conclude, this is a great song with a truly brilliant guitar solo by Jeff Beck and some of Kate Bush's finest singing and lyrics. Although it's an incredibly depressing song, it's really, really well done. I will give it a 4.6 out of 5.
Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time.